Well, let's see. It might get him into the game as well. Can the Magpies make something off it as we start this second term? The ball goes up. No ruckman getting a clear tap, but Florence does get a clearance away, although not too effective. Solomon got the handball away, and now running onto it is Wallace. He goes inside 50. Heatley almost got the footy. He's going to pick it up on the bounce. Goes back to Wallace, who just gets boot to ball, but he was out of bounds when he kicked it. It was going to be on the full anyway, but we'll have a boundary throw in about 52 metres out from the North Heidelberg goal to start this second term. If you've just joined us, they've kicked the first 5 of this clash so far. They lead by 27 points over a goalless Montmorency outfit to start this important game. Uzalak in the ruck now. Up against Florence. Florence gets front spot, gets the tap. Then Uzalak roving his own footy will win the free kick for high contact. So what can the skipper muster? He's definitely been a standout for him again already, but needs a few more contributors his way. That's a very high ball towards centre wing. Is that too wide, in fact? It's going to be punched away anyway by Lockie Smith. Centre wing pavilion side is where we'll now find this footy. Nice bit of a crowd for both teams, of course. We know how crucial of a contest it is as they look to solidify a top 3 spot in the top flight. 2 main men to go at it again. It's Florence and Uzalak. Had a nice battle so far. Uzalak just getting the tap on that occasion. Lentini overrunning the football. Will be cleared away now here by the North Heidelberg midfielders as they get it towards half forward. Solomon finds some space, snaps towards goal and misses to the near side. 5-3. 33 are North Heidelberg. Montmorency 5 behind. 2 minutes into the second quarter of the match of today.
So already North Heidelberg picking up from where they left off in that first quarter and putting Montmorency under a lot of pressure and getting the first score as Jenkin sends this kick out long up towards the wing where Bajmarov takes a really strong mark in the contest against Wallace. He's able to now send it up long down the line towards where Bell and Holmes are. And there'll be a free kick here to Holmes for a push in the back. So Holmes sends it inside forward 50 quickly in the Uzalak direction. Couldn't quite take the mark. He's able to win it at ground level. Then gets a handball off to a teammate in Constantin. His kick was smothered. Wallace is there to clean it up for the Bulldogs. And Hunt will get the clearing kick out wide to a teammate in Maynard, who gets the kick up towards the wing in Heatley. He's a long way out from goal, so don't expect him to have a shot. In fact, he's sending all of his teammates along down the line. That's where he sends it. Up towards a contest where Whitnell is. Couldn't take the mark. Instead, at the back, taking it is Riley for Montmorency, who goes quickly inside forward 50. Dangerous kick, but it will work. Holmes gets the mark, then sends it over. Too far over. Sleep's head allows Smith to get there for the Bulldogs. Warsdorp is there as well. He gives it off to Smith again. Now trying to find it to Rivers, who can't keep it in play before it goes out for a boundary throw-in.
Always a dangerous kick from Riley, but I like how they've taken the game on in that scenario because it might just have to be the way they do things, change a bit of angles and just try to get some things working for them to press some thrust up forward. So don't mind it. Here's Badramov in the middle, got the handball away to Dozzy. Now a chance here for Constantin on the paint of 50, chips it inside, but it's going to be cut off by Jake Brown. Brown's going to go down the line here, pavilion side, bouncing ball. Heatley got a hand onto it. He's able to pick it up fully now. He was looking for a teammate in Tardio. Didn't get to him towards the boundary line, and that's where we'll find it now. We'll have a throw in, centre wing, pavilion side. Bulldogs lead by 28 points, 4 minutes into this second term. So boundary throw in incoming. It's going to be the 2 main rucks at it again. No one getting a clean look at the moment. Now we'll have a secondary stoppage in the middle. So not a bad move so far, you feel like, with Badramov doing some work here in the middle. He's unopposed at the moment. Ended up getting its way over to Nick Green, who sends it towards half forward. Bouncing ball controlled by Bell. Tries to spin out of the tackle. Did so successfully, but the boundary line will beat all comers. And we'll go again for another boundary throw-in. So about 60 metres out from goal. From the Montmorency goal, I should add. Again, Uzalak and Florence. At the back, Lentini, was he held without it? He was. So now a chance here for Montmorency. They're about 60 out. And he's gone back to say, hey, I might have a look here myself. He does have a long kick on him, Marcus Lentini. And he may back himself here. Obviously an outstanding year last year. 3 votes away from a Frank Rosbrook medal. An MVP winner, however. He's been limited to just his 10th game of the season so far. Lentini's going to kick from 60 metres out on goal. And that's a booming kick right towards the goal line. No problems for Marcus Lentini. And after 5 minutes in the second term, the Magpies have their first of the afternoon. They're 1-5-11. North Heidelberg are 5-3-33. We're 22 points the margin. And 5 3/4 minutes into the second term.
I know he's only 25 years of age, but he is one of those leaders out there today for the Magpies that if people were to look at players that need to stand up in this second quarter, get him back in the game, he was one of them. And that's a really important goal from Lentini. First of the second quarter, as he's able to win the clearance as well and get it out to Gardner, who sends a long, high up and under kick towards Fitzgerald, who couldn't take the mark. Great intercept by the stand-in skipper and Bell, who goes wide to Hurt for the Bulldogs. Hurt looks to go inside the middle of the ground where he's got all by himself Jake Brown, who now goes wide to Tardio, who takes the mark just in front of the North Heidelberg bench on centre wing. As he'll send this long down up the line towards where Whitnell is. He couldn't take the mark. Ball falls its way out the back where Gardner is to clean it up. He gives it off to a teammate as they're able to move this ball back up the line through Uzulak. The Magpies. It's only gone as far as Brown. He gives it off to Tardio, who sends it up towards all by himself Liam Hunt, who then goes inside forward 50. Great intercept from Ben Patterson. He's able to then get it off to a teammate who's wrapped up as he's tried to kick it. What a great chase down tackle from Whitnell, the big fella, who will now line up for his first goal of the afternoon. And unfortunate for Brock Binion, he was pinned for holding the ball.
All right, there were 2 massive plays there. First from Ben Patterson, because North Heidelberg were in for a certain mark inside 50. Just lunged at the right time to spoil that footy. And then just as the Magpies are looking to clear their lines, may have found themselves a bit unlucky if they did get any contact onto it. But Dane Whitnell, the big man, might look to reward himself here with a goal.
So the big fella is only 21 years of age. Can this be his first goal of the afternoon? And the perfect response to Lentini's goal it is. Whitnell has his first, and North Heidelberg are able to push their lead back out to 28 points. They now go to 6-3-39. Montmorency 1-5-11. And just before that whole play happened with the Peterson intercept and the Whitnell tackle, how was Liam Hunt left all by himself at centre half forward? Baffles me, Nick, because he's been one of those important players who has helped North Heidelberg get to this position.
Well, as soon as Hunt received the footy 60 out from goal, Nick Rutley here just below us turned his head. Didn't want to see how that rest of the play played out, but Montmorency temporarily got themselves out of trouble. But at the end result, it is a North Heidelberg goal, and as you said, they pushed their lead back out to a 28-point margin. Back in the middle, Tardio on all fours got the handball away. Holmes got to the footy first. Almost spilled it out. Got it to Uzulak. Now a chance here for Lentini. Streaming through. 50 metres out on goal. That's going to be inaccurate. And he's going to miss to the right-hand side. 1-6-12 now, the Magpies. North Heidelberg are 6-3-39. 8.5 minutes gone. Second quarter.
They moved the ball well on that occasion, Montmorency. In such tight congestion, the handball chains worked really well.
So it'll be cleared away now through Brody Bell.
Which is something they weren't able to do in that first quarter.
Certainly right. Magan down the line, Pavilion side. Great spoil from Jenkin to force that ball out of bounds. Might have a boundary throw in front of Jason Heatley, who's been terrific since coming across to the Bulldogs a few years ago as their senior coach. Of course, a premiership player with this club many years ago after his time in the AFL. Now gets to watch on his son play some fantastic football, as well as 21 other players who have gotten North Heidelberg to this position. Find ourselves with another boundary throw in here. Between wing and half forward for Montmorency. It's going to be, again, Uzulak and Florence. He'll continue to do the majority of the ruck work here once again. Boundary thrown incoming. Tap from Uzulak. Chance for Hunt. It's going to be put out here by Solomon, and they go down the line. Short ball finds Pierce. He's centre wing. Pavilion side. Pierce plays on, sends it towards half forward. Gardner in the hole takes the mark. And he can just settle things down, defensive 50. Might look to switch this footy here, so he will. This is going to be Josh Mills now, who's only metres away from his defensive goal line. He's going to go now broadcast side. Thompson's going to have to do a bit of work here. Punched away by Dylan. Now a chance here for Mapleson. Sells the candy. Just gets the handball away here for Solomon. He's trying to look for a teammate. He's going to chip a ball up instead. Does it get to Hurt? He had to run back with the flight of the footy. Still in play here for both sides. Holmes now finds the space after picking up the footy and clears the lines for the Magpies. They'll look towards a teammate. That doesn't get to one. And now a chance on goal here for North Heidelberg's Thomas Rivers with a booming boot. And North Heidelberg get their 7th of the afternoon. We're only 11 minutes now into the second term. Rivers sends North Heidelberg to 7-3-45. Montmorency are still 1-6-12. 5th goal of the season for Rivers. And the Bulldogs are just continuing to find ways to extend this margin, Zach.
Great goal from Rivers. He sent that basically from the centre square, and it's cleared the line with ease. Got a big right foot on him, playing on the wing, and has been pretty good. He's been helped out. He's been helping out in defence a lot so far. It looks like he's playing that defensive wing role. As we go back in the middle, Uzalak and Florence going at it. Uzalak's able to tap it out in the advantage of Bajmarov, who's tackled straight away by the North Heidelberg midfielders, and then Solomon dances around a couple and is able to get a nice kick up towards right half forward where Dylan is. He's now sending this inside forward 50 in the Heatley direction. Can he take the mark? No. Doesn't get a free kick either. Out the back for Montmorency in the end. Able to move the ball forward through Mills. And they're going to get a free kick here, the Magpies. Rigg is going to get it. He looks to go quickly and gives it off to Lentini, who just holds play for a second and then gets the switch going. He gets Verkic out wide, who's got a player in Dozzy, who he doesn't hit on the chest, which is what brings Hurt back into it and sends it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. That's probably a kick that Verkic would definitely love back.
They've been uncharacteristically inefficient with their ball movement so far, and it's come to play with the difference between these two at the moment.
So it's ball thrown back in. Bit of tapping around going until Lentini's able to give it and then get it, or get it, then give it, off to Rigg, who was wrapped up straight away. So we'll get a ball up inside North Heidelberg's forward 50. Florence and Uzalak going at it. They'll duel again. Uzalak's able to tap it towards Lentini. Quickly gives it off to a teammate in Mills. And then Lentini is able to help Montmorency move it back up towards down the line where Fitzgerald is. He has been quiet today. Wasn't able to take the mark on that occasion as the ball goes out for a boundary throw-in. But he has been quiet, but you also got to give credit to Matthews, who has wore him like a glove so far today.
Played a big role on him in that second semi-final, in that first semi-final rather as well. So it's coming to fruition again as the ball gets tossed up. Florence got the tap. Here's Badramov in action, but he's tackled immediately.
He's got it now.
So
When Tomo comes off, who do you want him?
we're going to have another ball up. Badramov again trying to get to space. He's going to pick up this footy. Has he got options? No. Hands it straight over to Wallace, who finds Dylan 55 out from goal. He's going to look for Heatley with this kick. It's a beautiful kick. And Parker Heatley is looking for a third. That is an excellent bit of play. Now, Dylan almost set up Heatley just moments ago. The kick just drifted wide, but here's a beautiful inside 50 kick, Mitch Dylan. And you can see why Heatley gets so many looks on goal with those inside 50 entries. And now looking for a third. His 50th senior goal he's looking for here.
Which is quite remarkable, to be honest.
Absolutely. Starts his approach now. He'll probably keep from about just inside 50. Slight angle to speak of. Distance won't be a problem. Gee, he's very happy with that one. And why not? He's kicked 3. North Heidelberg have kicked 8. And it's 8-3-51 North Heidelberg. Montmorency are 1-6-12, 14 and a half minutes gone. This game is starting to get away from the Magpies, Zach.
It certainly is. Just as we thought Lentini had brought him back and potentially kickstart a bit of firepower, what have North Heidelberg done? They've kicked the next 3 or something. So, and that's all their goals for the quarter as well for the Bulldogs. So, yeah, 3 goals won this quarter, just to the 1 goal won of Montmorency. And If they don't get their act together soon, the Magpies, this game could be over by the time we get to the main break. As we go back in the middle, Whitnell and Uzalak at it. Uzalak's able to tap it out into the advantage of Wallace, which is not what he was intending to do. Bell's kick does work for Hunt, who takes a really strong mark. Big body for a midfielder in Liam Hunt. 29 years of age, one of the more senior players on this Bulldogs team today. Great kick out wide to find Tardio, tight on the boundary line, who will look to now send this inside forward 50.
Where's Parker?
He does send it in that direction, top of the goal square. Heatley flies, and if it wasn't for Nash Holmes at front position taking the mark, Heatley was probably lining up for his fourth. Great mark from Nash Holmes, who sends this long back the way of where Tardio was. That kicks up towards Bashmarov. He couldn't take the mark, but the ball does bounce. He's in his direction, so he's able to take it at ground level, then tackled for a ball up by Lachlan Smith, who I think we've mentioned a couple times has been very, very good today in defence.
He was like getting the tap, picked up by Wallace. He was unable to control it. In comes Gardner. That ball spilled away. Umpire says, I'll have it. Very quick on the whistle there was the umpire. Thought he might have been happy to let that go, but nonetheless, we do go again. Whitnell getting the tap. Wallace's kick was smothered off the boot, was it? No, out of bounds on the full, says the umpire, so Holmes is going to have another look. Holmes having to be a bit more defensive than we saw him earlier this year against Banyule, just because of the sheer weight of attacking half entries from the Bulldogs. They clear their lines, and that's a good lead-up mark by Nick Green. In his 49th senior game, he's going to chip this one short and find Costanton. He was third in the under-17 league best and fairest last year, Costanton. He's been one of the star youngsters in this league. They send it inside 50 again. A lot of flyers here. No one with a good leap. It's going to be cleared again by the Bulldogs. The Torp was the option. It's not going to get there. Does it get to White? It doesn't. Well, the boundary throw in right in front of Nick Rutley, who looks, well, let's just say less than impressed with what he's seen from his side so far. First 5 goals of the game came from North Heidelberg. Lentini got one back. And since then, the Bulldogs have kicked the next 3 to blow this margin right out. Here's Lentini now in the middle. Can he get something going? It went behind Gardner. And that's just the synergy not connecting right now for the Magpies, Zach.
It is. I think Lentini was extremely frustrated with that. It was the right idea, but the execution just didn't work on this occasion, as Whitnell's able to win the head out against it was a lack, and it's going to work in the favour of North Heidelberg as it gets up towards right half forward where Dylan's there to clean it up. Gives it off to Wallace. Was going to give it off to Solomon before going for home. Probably should have given it off to Solomon as Wallace misses to the right-hand side for his first behind today, which sends North Heidelberg 8 goals 4-52. They still lead Montmorency, who are 1 goal 6-12. Just gone 18 minutes in this second quarter. There's Jenkin sends it long from full back up to a contest where White is there to be able to clean it up, and coming in from nowhere is Holmes, who's given away about 3 free kicks in one. In the back, high. Umpire's gone in the back on this occasion, and Solomon will take the free kick, who's been quite good at half forward today.
Great second quarter.
As he sends this to the top of the goal square where Heatley can fly. Couldn't take the mark. Instead, it's going to be Tardio who'll do it and take the mark and have a set shot, and potentially his second of the afternoon. Basically told Parker Heatley to get out of my way.
I reckon he almost plucked that right out of his hands. I mean, Montmorency are doing well to sense that they're going to Heatley with their inside 50 entries, but the Bulldogs are just too strong in the contest now, and if it's not Heatley, it's looking like it's Tardio who's looking for a second.
So Brody Tardio, or Jesse Tardio, apologies to him. His first game back since round 8.
Got it.
He now has 1 goal 2 as the goal umpire says, no, I don't think that was a goal, which I'm surprised. I thought that may have snuck through as well. Nevertheless, North Heidelberg now go to 8-5-53 as they lead Montmorency 1-6-12.
Freddie Tardio is a premiership player for North Heidelberg, so I can see the confusion. In the meanwhile, the clearance out of defensive 50. The Magpies will try and get some clean possession. They have had none of that so far in this quarter. Bell, though, wrapped up in a good tackle. We'll have the ball up. Yes.
Plays for the other Heidelberg.
Does now, and is also a premiership player with them. So Tardio's everywhere. Ball gets tossed up. Tap almost coming from Verky. Magpies trying to get through. Doing well to steal the ball back is Dozzy. As you look for the 1-2, he does. Gets past Hunt really well. Dozzy now finds Brock Binion in the middle of Montmorency Park. Sends it inside 50 for Fitzgerald. Doesn't quite get to him. Batchelor there. Was he held without it? He was. Now, a man here that kicked 4 against Banyul when we saw him 3 weeks ago. He's had to play a bit more up the ground so far today, but Batchelor is one that can get things moving. 6 goals in his last 3 games. And he's now looking to get the Magpies up and about again. They're going to need this one to go through, you feel like. He's going to kick from just inside 50. In fact, on the paint of 50, gets full distance, and they get one back, the Magpies. Important goal from 21-year-old Lockie Batchelor. And Montmorency will now keep trying to inch their way closer. They move to 2-6-18, North Heidelberg are 8-5-53. We're into time on now with the second term.
As you said, last time we saw him play against Banyul, kick 4 goals. He's already got 3 scoring shots in this first half, Batchelor, that time being his first goal of the afternoon. I think the move that you were looking for in that first quarter of Dozzy on the ball, Nick, has happened in this quarter, and he is looking really good, which is promising signs for the Magpies. We go back in the middle. Solomon's now gone in the midfield for North Heidelberg and finds all by himself a teammate out on the wing for the Bulldogs as they go inside forward 50. Uzalak was trying to get there to spoil it before it goes over the line for a boundary throw. In by himself was Kyle Maynard, who moved up from half back. Was given so much space. And it could have been dangerous for the Magpies. However, it's only led to a boundary throw-in, which is
Still dangerous.
Still dangerous, but it is okay on this occasion. Haven't been able to kick a goal from a stoppage so far today are the Dogs, as Whitnell goes at it again with Verkic in the ruck. Pearce is now crashing in there, winning the ball first before he's wrapped up. And the umpire says, I'll take that, and ball it up from about 25 metres out from goal for the Bulldogs. And going again, Whitnell and Verkic. Verkic able to win the tap out this time. However, it falls its way out the back to guess who? Parker Heatley, with now his 4th of the afternoon and his 47th of the year. And the Bulldogs, just like they did with the Lentini goal earlier in this quarter, have responded almost immediately and get out to a 41-point lead, 9-5-59, Montmorency 2-6-18, 22 and a half minutes gone in this second quarter. And Nick, it just seems as though no matter what Montmorency do right, North Heidelberg are just going to answer and go one better every time.
He was kept goalless last time against McLeod, was Parker Heatley. He's now backed up with 4. Nowhere near his season high. He had 9 against Greensboro much earlier this year, of course, and only managed 1 goal against Montmorency back in round 6, so he's making up for that at the moment. Now the Magpies try again. This is Lentini, who's been one of their best so far today. His kick, not a great one. Magpies can do nothing more than get that ball out of bounds. And he's looking very hard to stop right now. It's Parker Heatley.
I apologise to Montmorency. I jinxed them. I said they hadn't conceded a goal from a stoppage yet. And just like that, Parker Heatley says, hello, you forgot about me.
Well, they've conceded from just about every possible scenario right now. Whitnell is going to be brought down here by Badramov, as well as Logan Butcher. He's just 6th game of the season, Butcher. 2 Butchers out here today. It's Logan that gets the tap. A beautiful one as well to find Green. Can they get something going here? Constantin from right on the boundary is going to miss to the near side. They move to 2-7-19, the Magpies. North Heidelberg are 9-5-59, so the margin's been brought back to 40 points. As the Bulldogs clear their lines and find Smith, you can hear Rutley in the background. They're just not getting things going right now to Magpies. It's going to be Smith with a very high ball down the line. He's Uzalak to fly, almost grabbed it on the full. Bulldogs are now running with numbers inside forward 50. A short ball to Hunt. And they can do no wrong, the visitors. This time it's going to be Liam Hunt with a chance to get North Heidelberg's 10th goal of the half as we tick towards the main break.
And it's quite remarkable. If Uzalak marks that, you almost think Montmorency have a chance to go in and score. And from a drop mark, the Bulldogs, their work rate to have numbers there at ground level to go bang, bang, bang. And inside forward 50 quickly to Hunt.
So Hunt comes in. Slide angle to speak of. That's across the face, however. That will go through for a behind. It's now 9-6-60 the Bulldogs. Montmorency are just 2-7-19. And after a Magpie side here that have had no problems finding the big stick so far, they're struggling again. The only one that flew up there was Mapleson. Allowed White to get the footy here through Smith. Now a high ball here. Hunt's going to try again. Almost a tunnelling free kick to be paid for Heatley. Umpire says let it go. Thompson now to clear his lines. And a good mark taken here by Ben Patterson, who's well away from home. He wants to go inboard with the kick. That's a very dangerous one. Churkop with the interception. Now it's Warstorp. Gets through one, sends it inside 50. 3 Magpies flew. Allows a chance for Hunt. Can't dribble it through. Magpies with numbers here. They can clear it away through Holmes in the back pocket. Chipping ball. Costanton does well to take the mark. He wants to play on here with the left and gives short to Green. Green continues down the line, broadcast side, just over the head there of Connor Butcher. Bulldogs trying to win it back, but Florence disposed of it incorrectly. Now Mills sends it inside 50. Badramov coming from the side, and that's what we'll like it for the Magpies. Chance here for Ayan Badramov for his first goal in almost a month of footy. Well, I guess a lot longer with his little spell, but 45-degree angle. He'll kick from about 35 out. A much-needed one coming up for the Magpies if they can get it through.
You could hear the coaches, as soon as they had the free kick on the pinned holding the ball in Florence, it was go, 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 and it's exactly what they did with the hat kick forward, and that's what's given Bazmarov his first opportunity at goal today.
20 goals in his first 8 games. This is for his 21st of the season. Is that going to hang the line? It just does. Another much-needed major for Montmorency. It's Ayan Badramov who gets the third of the afternoon for the home side. They move to 3-7-25. North Heidelberg a 9-6-60. The margin is 35 points, as we must not be far away now from the main break.
I was about to say, we don't know how long is left, but if Montmorency are able to get maybe, well, hopefully for their sake, 1, but potentially 2 before half-time, this game is back in the balance, and there would be a lot of optimism with the way that they finished out the quarter that they can make the comeback, as Florence and, on this occasion, the ruck for Montmorency is Logan Butcher go at it in the middle, and he's won himself a free kick as they look to take advantage through Holmes to Mills. It's going to come back, though, to Butcher, who's in the middle of the ground and can send this inside forward 50 for Montmorency to potentially get 2 goals in a row. As Butcher goes long inside forward 50, and doing well is Bell to come across from the side and take the intercept mark for the Bulldogs. He's able to give it off to Matthews quickly, who's had a very good day on Patrick Fitzgerald. This is Matthews' first mark. Fitzgerald hasn't had one yet, so there's a win on the board for him. He sends that long up towards the wing, just in front of the North Heidelberg bench, where it's fisted out for a boundary throw-in.
Well, there's been 7 goals kicked in this quarter. Sorry, 8 goals kicked in this quarter. No, sorry, 7, I was right. 7 goals kicked in this quarter. So, as we tick towards the 29-minute mark, maybe there's still another minute or so for another score.
So Florence and Butcher go at it again. Neither of them are able to win the head out. It bounces in front of them. Green is able to win it for Montmorency and send it long, high, inside forward 50 where
There
Fitzgerald is.
Right on Cusack.
There's his first mark of the day. And for a forward of his calibre who can kick quick goals and put a team on his back, this is the perfect player to have the ball in hands for Montmorency right now. As Patrick Fitzgerald lines up for his first. He's got 28 goals so far this season. Fitzgerald, much needed for Montmorency, and for 2 in a row for the first time today. He gets it. Just what the doctor ordered for the Magpies as we head into half-time. That's their 4th of the quarter. They go 4 goals, 7-31. Still trail North Heidelberg 9-6-60. Just gone 29 minutes in the second quarter.
Well, they're now only losing this quarter by 2 behinds. So, for all the dominance that North Heidelberg have had, Montmorency, I guess particularly in these last 5 minutes, have done really well to equalise some contests and keep the ball inside their attacking half, which has allowed for them to create multiple scoring opportunities. And now, again, don't know how long is left, but there's a potential here for them to pinch another one. So we go back in the middle. Florence getting the tap. Second tap required. Holmes shrugged off Tardio in the tackle. Now he's Hunt who wins it back. Over to White. He's got a running man in Solomon who's crunched immediately by the Magpies. Now White trying to win it back for North Heidelberg. He taps it forward. Here's Tardio and he's taken to task by a couple of Magpies, and the pressure is suddenly lifted for the home team. They can sense an opportunity here before the main break. Here's Lentini. We'll have another ball up.
They've also kicked accurately this quarter, Montmorency. 4 goals, 2. They've kicked North Heidelberg 4-4, so that's probably what's kept them in it.
Florence again with a tap. Just goes over the head of Tardio. At the back of the contest is Gardner. Just got rid of the football. Here's Green with a very high ball now. Chasing onto this one is Connor Butcher, and he does well to take the mark. Quickly plays on. Goes inside 50. Had 2 Magpies to choose from. It was Batchelor that got a hand onto it. Was he caught high? He was. And now then, an opportunity here for Montmorency. It's not going to be Batchelor that has the kick, however. He's handed it off to a teammate, so I'm not quite sure who it is with ball in hand, but this would be a monumental goal in the grand scheme of things. It's going to come on the halftime siren as well. And this would make it a 23-point ball game heading into halftime. At the 31-minute mark, on the halftime siren, very tight angle. The Magpies come in and they get the goal. It's Ben Patterson. And they have breathed plenty of life into this contest in the last 5 minutes. Patterson's got his first, his 140th senior goal. And Montmorency are now right into it. They win the second quarter and move to 5-7-37. North Heidelberg 9-6-60